Hi guys, it's Mr. Burrows again. We are working on another take-home craft project for you at the library, and this week we are working on the Japanese art of origami. Origami is the Japanese art of paper folding. It is generally thought that some form of origami has existed since the invention of paper. Since paper was invented in China sometime around 105 AD, it's likely that the first paper folding art happened around this time. Over the next couple of hundred years, paper made its way over to Korea and then to Japan. It was really in Japan where the art of paper folding took off. In Japan, paper was very expensive, so artistic paper folding was limited to rituals and ceremonies like weddings. Today, origami creations such as dragons, tortoises, and cranes can be given as gifts to friends and loved ones as they represent luck. The crane in particular symbolizes health and long life in Japan, and so it is a popular token to give to someone you care about. An ancient Japanese legend states that anyone who folds 1,000 paper cranes will be granted a special wish after they are all completed. This legend was popularized by the story of Sadako Sasaki, a Japanese girl who was 2 years old when she was exposed to radiation from the atomic bombing of Hiroshima during World War II. Sasaki soon developed leukemia and at age 12 spent a significant amount of time in a hospital. In a version of the story, as told in the book Sadako and the Thousand Paper Cranes, she folded 644 cranes before she became too weak to fold anymore. She died in 1955. To honor her memory, her classmates agreed to fold the remaining 356 cranes for her. Making an origami crane is really cool, but it is also fairly challenging. There are lots of videos online to help you figure this out. The instructions that you'll find in this week's kit are actually to make a much simpler project, an origami monster bookmark. A video This video will be posted on the library's Facebook page to help you learn this process, and there are written instructions within your kit as well. In this week's kit, you'll find 3 pieces of origami paper. These are traditionally a 5-inch by 5-inch sheet, so you can cut more of these if you have construction paper or even just typing paper at home. You'll also have 2 small pieces of paper to use for decoration. That's going to come later. And you also have a pair of googly eyes. Not within your kit, but things that you will need include a stick of glue, a pair of scissors, and a marker if you want to do any additional decorating. So this is a simple sheet of 5 by 5 origami paper. I'm going to start by folding it into a rectangle. So my square becomes a rectangle. Then I'm going to take my rectangle and fold it back into a square. So what I have now is a simple square. The next step in the process is actually to unfold the square, and you'll see that you have 4 boxes. Most origami techniques actually don't have you cut the paper, but it's necessary for this particular project, and we're simply going to carefully cut one of our 4 squares out of our paper along the folded lines, and what we'll have left is a kind of L shape. We're going to rotate that L shape, and we're going to make it into a V shape. The next step, which is a little tricky, is to fold the 2 top squares into triangles, and we're going to do that by taking the tip here and folding it into the tip here. And then I'm just going to crease that. I'm going to do the same on this side, and then you almost have something that looks like a fox. Okay? We're going to flip this over now, and this side comes in, and then this side goes on top, like so. To secure this, this is where we need our glue stick. So our glue stick is going to help us secure the project in place. And this creates the bookmark effect so that we could actually hang this bookmark on the edge of a page we're reading. To give it a little bit more personality, in your kit, you're going to find some googly eyes, and your googly eyes should glue onto the paper just fine with some stick glue. And you can put those straight on, or you can kind of put them off a little bit so that he's a little bit more monstrous. Give that just a moment to kind of adhere to the paper. And while we're doing that, this would be how you could make a tongue, and perhaps how you could make some teeth. So your tongue can be pretty basic, actually. We're kind of just going to create maybe a forked tongue, maybe as if he is a snake, and that could eventually be glued here. The teeth, maybe we just do a little jigsaw pattern, and he can have as many teeth as you want, or as few teeth as you want. Once you get your teeth done, I'm just going to do 3 so that you don't have to sit and watch me cut paper for a long time. That would be the teeth. I'm going to trim those a little bit, and then those could just be glued down. Oops, he lost an eye, but that's okay because we've got some more glue right here. These pieces I would then secure with a little bit more stick glue, kind of adjust it where I want him. And then if I wanted, I could go ahead and add some details to the top to make him look a little bit more monstrous. So that basically is the project for how to make your origami monster bookmark.